Here from stampcampwithjen.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, near the Villages. And welcome to my weekly YouTube Live. It is Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. If you're new here, I go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd love for you to join me. We always make a fun project. And right now I'm doing a holiday special series where each week I am doing a free online card class where you'll make 3 cards using a particular bundle from the September through December 2024 mini catalog. So I hope you guys will join me each week. I won't be live next week because it's Thanksgiving week. I need a break. It's been a crazy busy week, so I am really looking forward to next week and kind of relaxing a little bit. So let me get my YouTube video up here on my computer. Hi Lori, thanks so much for joining us. As you join, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I love seeing where everybody's located. I think that's really cool. And people from all over the place that join us. So hi Mom, thanks for joining us. Janine Nuttall, that's my mom, little shout out. She is the one that really got me into Stampin' Up! So Lori from Summerfield. Hi, neighbor. Good to see you. Yeah, years and years ago, my mom introduced me to Stampin' Up! And she supports me all the time, is always there watching my videos and giving me little tips and hints on how to better my best. So thanks, Mom. Oh, snowy Minnesota. I have a friend that lives in Illinois, and she posted that they got snow for the first time today too. That's so exciting. Living in Florida, we obviously don't get snow, but I love to hear about it from all over the world, or all over the country rather, and the world, and hear when you guys get snow. I think that's cool. I think it's pretty to look at, but I don't miss shoveling it or bundling up and going out in the cold and driving in the ice at 4 in the morning or late at night when you can't see anything. Hi, Case from Maryland. That's my sister. Thanks for joining. You guys are so sweet. So yeah, it's been a busy week. I had a Christmas card making party on Friday. So I had some ladies over and we made Christmas cards and we played some games and had lots of fun. And then, what was it, over the weekend, just the normal bowling on Saturday and kind of getting things done around the house. And then I have my in-person card classes this week, so I've been working on that stuff. So there's always something going on, always lots and lots going on. So yeah, I'll be very excited to have a little break next week. Even though I'm doing all the cooking, most of the cooking, I have a few helpers that'll be helping me out, my mom and my sister. And my mother-in-law she always makes deviled eggs for me and helps me out. So I will be cooking, but it'll be a nice change. Hi, Barb. Thanks so much for joining us. Mom's got a snowflake. Do you have snow there? Casey said there's a snowflake on the forecast for Friday, but you don't think it's going to happen. I heard there's a big storm that's supposed to be coming through right before all the Thanksgiving travel and everything. So I'm kind of curious how that's going to play out. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully the weather cooperates and doesn't make it difficult for people traveling. So what else? I don't know. Oh, so I had a funny story the other day. Monday, I went to the grocery store and I went all through the grocery store, got my groceries, went to the checkout line. They're ringing up all my stuff and I go to grab my wallet and I'm like, my wallet wasn't in my purse. I took it out to pay for something online and left it on my desk. And I was like, oh my gosh. So luckily they were really nice. They were like, it's okay. I live right across the street too from the grocery store, but they were like, yeah, we'll just finish ringing it up. We'll take it to customer service. You just come back and get it from them. And I probably could have put my credit card like with Apple Pay or something on my phone, but I haven't done that. So I had to run home and grab my credit card and come back and get my groceries. Hi, Diane. I was just talking about you. She said it's snowing. That's so cool. Snowy North Dakota. That's not surprising. I've heard you guys get some crazy cold winters up there in North Dakota where you have to like leave your car on when you go to the grocery store because it'll freeze up if you turn it off. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, lots of stuff going on. I'm sure you guys are all busy getting ready for the holidays coming up. There's all kinds of Black Friday deals coming up, and there's really been Black Friday all month long. But don't forget, I do have also my Black Friday deals going on next week. So if you are a newsletter subscriber, this is something that's only going out to my newsletter subscribers this year. You'll get an email first thing in the morning and then a reminder email in the evening, just kind of reminding you, don't forget, this is the deal of the day and it's about to run out. So I'm sorry for all the emails, but I just want to make sure you guys don't forget or maybe miss something, especially with everything that's going on. So you'll get 2 emails each day, starting on Monday through Sunday next week of my daily deals. And if you're a subscriber, you saw on Monday there was a preview of everything that's coming up as well. Okay. I don't really have too much else to talk about. We do have, so as I mentioned, next week I won't be live. I'm taking a little break to get ready for Thanksgiving, but I will be back, excuse me, the following week. If you are one of my customers and you have ordered from me in the last year and a half, I will be ordering a catalog for you and a celebration brochure for you. So expect that sometime, probably mid-December, mid to late December. I would imagine by Christmas you'll probably have it. If you don't have it by the new year, please let me know. And I think pretty much all of you know, if you're one of my customers, if you placed an order through me, you will be getting a catalog. I don't do a minimum purchase threshold or anything like that. Just as long as you've ordered from me in the last year and a half or so, I will send you a catalog. Okay. So if you don't get it, like I said, by New Year's, please reach out to me and I will call Stampin' Up! And make sure that they send you one. Okay. They're really good about that. I had a few that, didn't get theirs and I called Stampin' Up! And they got it within a week, I think. Yes, another catalog already. Isn't that crazy, Diana? It is flying by. All right, so I'm gonna turn the camera around. Oh, let's get to the giveaway first. So tonight I am giving away a little sampler pack of the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. It's I think a quarter pack is what I have, 6x6. Yeah, Nests of Winter with all those cute birds and the little pine trees and stuff. So this is the giveaway tonight. I am going to put the giveaway sheet here in the chat. Give me 1 second. And it is pretty. I've seen lots of people do cool things with that paper. So I'm going to pin it to the top. Okay, so you should see the little black bar at the top with the form. You just click on the link, fill out, I think there's like 4 questions. And then at the end, I will do a little giveaway, okay? All right, so let me turn the camera around now, but you can go ahead and fill out that form and we will get started here. Try not to make this too close. All right, so if you place an order by Sunday, you will get my little card packet for the Decorative Trees bundle. That's what we're using. I think it's on page, I didn't grab it with me. I forgot to grab it before I came here. I think it's 42. Yep. So in your mini catalog on page 42 here, this is the bundle that we're using. And if you don't have it and you want to purchase that, it's $52 for the bundle right here. So you could purchase the bundle and then you'll get your card kit in the mail and then you'll have everything you need to make the card. So it's a pretty good deal. So you really only need to make a $35 purchase before shipping and tax, but if you bump it up to $50, then you'll get a surprise embellishment added in too. So you just need to place your order by Sunday night and then Monday I will mail your card kits out to you, okay? So they come in this plastic covering and I mail them in a really thick cardboard mailer. Let's see here. These right here. I love these things. So your cards won't get bent or anything. They should come to you in pretty good shape. You shouldn't have to worry about anything being messed up by the time you get it there. So we are going to make some fun cards. I'm going to show you a couple little tricks, and I think you're going to like this class. It's going to be, they're pretty simple this time around, but I love how like clean and classic they look. So in the front, I always put a little picture of the cards and then a reminder of where to find the video if you want to go back and make the projects. So the first card we're going to make, oh, and this is, don't forget, you get a little plastic baggie with all your tiny pieces are in here. So I like to put this to the side before we start making everything. Or you could take it out if you have like a little bowl, you could take it out and put that in a little bowl so you don't lose your pieces. So this is the first card we're gonna make. It's kind of simple, but I like kind of the retro look of it. So this is what we're gonna make first with our bundle. And in your kit, you have a thick basic white card base. I love this stuff. It's so nice and sturdy. And then you'll have 3 strips. There's Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, and Poppy Parade. Say that 3 times fast. And then you'll have a tree that's already die cut in Shaded Spruce. Okay, so that's what's in your kit. And then we need Shaded Spruce ink. And you will have, this is from the adhesive back dots for days. In your little kit, I have the dots in there. I'll take those out at the very end, but they actually match pretty well with this card, I thought. So that's what we're using there. All right. So what we want to do first is burnish our card base with our bone folder. There we go. Now I'm going to take my paper strips here. These are 1/2 inches long, and I'm just going to kind of lay them down and see where I want them to be before I glue them down. Just kind of line them up. Oh, and this one, I might need to get a bigger strip. You will have long enough strips when you do this. Or I could just angle it there. We'll make that work. So right about there. Okay. So that's where I'm going to make my strips come out, I think. Maybe I'll do it this way. There we go. Make it a little bit longer that way. So you just kind of eyeball it. I know my mom's probably cringing right now. She hates eyeballing stuff. She always wants to measure it. All right, and then we're gonna take some liquid glue. Hi, Gail. Thanks so much for joining us. You didn't miss much. The giveaway tonight is the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. And if you look at that black bar at the very top, the form for the giveaway is up there. So you can go ahead and fill it out while we're going through the projects. We're using the Decorative Trees bundle this week. So I'm just gonna lift up that strip and just apply a little line of liquid glue. And I think I grabbed one that's drying out. Hold on. I've been going through lots of glue lately. I've been making lots of cards. Measure, measure, measure. Yep, I know, Mom. You always want to measure everything. Oh, so I was telling the story the other day. So I don't know if anybody out there has seen that movie Despicable Me 4. It's super cute. We just watched it the other day on TV. Well, in the movie, the little girl gives Gru a card and he opens it up and it's this big pop-up card that has like glitter shoot out of it or something. And my husband looks at me like, those are the kind of cards you need to make. I was cracking up. I'm like, yeah, I know that's what you think, because he loves anything interactive. So he's always, you know, waiting for something to pop out or, you know, spin or move somehow. So he just thought that was the coolest thing. I was laughing so hard at that. So we're just going to keep adding little lines of liquid glue, and then we'll put our strips down. This is kind of a cool technique. I saw another demonstrator, Stesha Bloodheart. She made a card kind of similar to this with, I think her strips were about half the width though. She had a few more colors. It was really pretty. And I thought that's a really cool idea. And it kind of gives it like a retro feel that I thought was really cool. So I decided to give it a try. Oops, I think I need to do it this way. Make it long enough. There we go. All right, so now that those are down, we're just going to flip it over and take our paper snips and just trim the edges here. Just like that. How cute is that? I think that's so cool. And it's a good way to use up some of your scraps that you have too. All right, so now we're going to take our shaded spruce here, and I've got the stamp from the tree stamp set that looks like all of the branches here, and we're just going to ink that up in shaded spruce. We're going to stamp that right in the center as best we can here. Oops. Pretty good. All right. And then there's a stamp that says, and I think I need to clean this because I used it for one of the other cards we're gonna make. It says, "May your days be merry," and we're gonna stamp that right on the card base. I know it makes people nervous, but you can do it. I'm just gonna stamp it down here. Ta-da! And then we'll grab some dimensionals. I've been going through a lot of these babies too. And we'll just put some dimensionals on here. Oops. Use up some of these edge pieces. I'm almost done with this sheet here. So does everybody have, I know I ask this every week, does everybody have their Christmas cards ready to go? I like to send them out that weekend after Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, but that's usually when I like to send them out. So we're just going to put this over those strips, and then we're going to take those little dots that are in here. Let's see if I can, I might just have to grab everything out of here. All right. And we'll take our little dots and stick them down, and then we'll be done with card number 1. Get our little take your pick tool. We're going to take that putty end and push against those gems, and we're just going to put the bigger one up there and then the smaller one down to the left. And on the package for the gems, this is actually Flirty Flamingo, but I thought the pink went pretty well with it. So, and these are, I believe, Pool Party on the back here. Oh, I have it in my little album. I don't have it on there. They never put the colors on the back of the packaging. All right, so we have a large gem that we're gonna stick up here, and then 2 smaller ones. Are you going to, oh, that's right, Mom, Betty White stamps. I need to get that. You guys, oh, speaking of Betty White, so I think a lot of you guys know I love the Golden Girls. You're gonna love my Thanksgiving shirt this year. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll share a picture of it on Thanksgiving, but it's Golden Girls themed. Am I going to put Betty White stamps on my Christmas cards? Yeah, probably. Gail's done with her cards. Mom's done with her cards. Share. Oh, thanks for sharing, Jeanne. I appreciate it. So that's it. That's it for card number 1. Pretty quick, right? And I love how clean and simple it is. Sometimes you just need clean and simple, especially if you need to make some for like a little group party or something. This is perfect. It's just nice and clean and simple. So there's card number 1 that you'll make in the kit. And now we'll move on to card number 2. This one's a little more involved. So if you're coming to stamp camp, this is a little bit of a spoiler, I will say. So sorry, but spoiler alert. So this is a fun fold, and I'm going to show you how I made this background, but if you get your kit, it will come with a piece of Designer Series paper And if you don't want to stamp, you can just put the designer series paper on here. That's what, because originally I was trying to do this for class, and then I realized it's a little too fussy for some people. So I've been giving people the option to either just put designer series paper on the back or to stamp it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. In the kit, you're going to get the green one. And it says Season's Greetings on the inside, but I'm going to show you how to do all that stamping, okay? But like I said, in the kit, you'll have the designer series paper, so if you don't want to do all that stamping, you don't have to do that. Okay. And I think this little tree die is so cute. It reminds me of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Dr. Seuss, you know, the Grinch. That's what it makes me think of. It reminds you of a Merry Fish card, the original one, the one we just did, Mom. I agree with that. All right, so like I said, in the kit, you'll get your card base here. You'll get these two pieces that we're gonna use on the base, this one and this one. And then you'll get this piece, which is for your greeting on the inside, okay? And then you will pick, oh, and I gotta cut another piece, I forgot. You will pick between either stamping or using your designer series paper. And I forgot to cut this piece, so I'm gonna grab it real quick. This is why we double check everything. Let me go grab a piece real quick. And my trimmer. Whoops. Not a problem. I can cut those real fast. All right, and it's a good thing I remember off the top of my head what size that is. So we need 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for that one. So I'm gonna do 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right, I'll have to add those to the kits. All right. So let's get started. Okay, so this piece, again, all the measurements will be in the PDF tutorial, but it's 4 1/4 by 11, and there's 3 score lines. So what you're gonna do first is you're gonna fold it in half and burnish. And then on the next 2 score lines, you're gonna fold it backwards and burnish. And then the same thing, you're gonna fold this one backwards and burnish. That was throwing everybody off at class when we were making it. So it'll look like this, or like kind of like a chair if you stand it up on itself. That's how it will look, okay? So then on this little section here, we're going to put some liquid glue just on that little one. Hi, Jean. Thanks so much for joining us. We are on card number 2. These are a little simpler this week, so we're kind of breezing through them. Don't forget to sign up for the giveaway. We are giving away this Nests of Winter Designer Series paper cut down to 6 by 6. It's a 1/4 pack, so if you just look at the little black bar at the top of the chat, the Google form is there to fill out for the giveaway. Okay, so just on that little panel, and then you're gonna fold it over, and we're gonna press down. Okay, and that's where the glue goes. And then we can take these little strips. This one's gonna go, so once we have that glued down, this is what it looks like now. Okay, this piece is glued together. So now we can take this strip right here and adhere it. So I'm going to use my Stampin' I'm gonna use liquid glue actually. I like having that extra little wiggle room. Just a light layer of liquid glue there. And we're gonna put that down. And this is Garden Green that we're using for the card base. I like how it looks with this paper. And this designer series paper is that Take a Bow 6 by 6 designer series paper. I love it. Okay, and then this piece is gonna go on the inside, and once we stamp our greeting, we're gonna put those both on the inside, but I'm not gonna do that quite yet. I'm gonna set these aside real quick, and I'm gonna show you how I did that stamping for this background in case you want to do that, okay? So we're gonna need Granny Apple Green, Real Red, and Pool Party, okay? We're gonna take all of those, and I'm gonna move my card. I'm gonna open these up. Now, I will say you need to be careful when you're doing this. This is part of the reason we switched to designer series paper too, and you'll see it here in just a second, is people were mixing my green, my Granny Apple Green in the Pool Party. So that was another reason we kind of switched to designer series paper. But it's okay, we'll just kind of make it work. Okay. So what we're gonna do first, and I already got green all over everything. I've got it on my fingers here. Okay, we're gonna flip that over. It's not a big deal. All right, so we are going to first, and I should grab some scrap paper. Here, okay. So there's a pattern in here. It looks like a little hatch mark pattern, I guess. We're gonna use Real Red first and stamp. Okay. And then we're gonna take, it looks like a little squiggly mark here, and we're going to stamp that in the Granny Apple Green. Okay, and we're gonna clean that off. And then we're gonna go in Pool Party and go right below it. And then you just keep going down, making that pattern. So that is all I did to make. And as you go further down, it's a little bit harder to, you have to kind of line them up. Like right here, this isn't gonna go all the way to the end, so I'm gonna have to stamp and then stamp again right next to it. And then you'll get the little squigglies out and do green. And then we're gonna have to stamp again. Try to line that up as best we can and then clean it off. And now we're gonna go to Pool Party. I think this is how they got mixed up because people were in a hurry and then we're mixing up the colors, but that's okay. But I just wanted to kind of show you how to do this in case you decide that you want to stamp. So, and then we're gonna go back to the red. And it's not a huge deal if you have a couple mistakes in the middle because that tree is gonna cover it up, so you won't even see it. And then we'll go back to our squigglies and we'll just keep repeating the pattern here. And clean that off and go back to Pool Party. This one, and then go back to red. It's kind of a cool pattern. I thought it was neat. It's like you're making your own designer series paper. A lot of times when I'm designing cards, I just kind of Google like the name of the bundle and Stampin' Up! And then see what other people have done with it. And that kind of helps give me an inspiration for what to do with the cards, or maybe get some ideas for different color combinations. Like I saw an artisan design team member make a similar pattern on a card. So I thought that was kind of fun. So that's how you do that if that's what you want to do, if you want to make that pattern. I do, at the very least, I think it's kind of fun to do it in the little corner here. So I am going to do that for the inside too. So for the inside, we're going to stamp Season's Greetings in the Real Red right up top here. Okay, clean that off. And then we'll do our little pattern again. So we're going to start with red, then Pool Party, then Granny Apple Green. So we're going to start from the corner and work our way up. So we're going to do the Real Red. And then we're going to do Pool Party. And then we're gonna do Granny Apple Green. Just like that. I thought that was kind of fun. Okay, we'll clean that off. And clean this one off and put our inks away before we get inky fingers all over everything, because I did that already. So it's kind of a fun thing to do, but like I said, if you are going to do that, just kind of be careful. Some people were taking like the red and just doing that and then doing the greens and then going back and doing the blue. You could do that if you just want to kind of eyeball the spacing. You could do that too. That's probably smarter to do it that way so that you don't mix the colors like I did. So, okay, so we've got those two together. So now we can finish assembling the cards. Like I said, at this point, if you didn't want to do the stamping, you'll just put the designer series paper on this piece. But I did do the stamping, so I'm going to put that on there, on that garden green piece, and I'm running out of that. All right, well, this is a good lesson if you've never replaced a Stamp and Seal canister before. So these actually pop open, and you can pull this little cartridge out and then stick it right in there and pop that back on top, easy peasy, and then you just roll the glue up and you're good to go. I love Stamp and Seal Plus. I use it a lot. Oops, and I'm tearing my paper because I'm a little aggressive there. There we go. All right, so then we're going to just kind of put this on this little green piece that's in here. Okay, and then for the inside of our card, we're gonna take that kind of star pattern there and then our words, and you're just gonna kind of center that in the square right there. Center it in the center is what I was gonna say. Doesn't really make sense, right? It's like when people when you ask somebody what the definition of a word is and they use the word that you're asking them to define in the definition. And don't forget, as you're watching, if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, don't forget to give me a little thumbs up and to share this video with your friends and invite them to join us each week. I would love to get more people to join us. I love it when you guys come on here and join me for my crafts each week. All right, so there's our little message on the inside. And now for this piece here, we're gonna, like I said, we have that little flap that folds back. And then this piece is gonna go right over the top of it. And we're just gonna kind of center it over this layer right here. So I'm gonna put seal right here. You could use tear and tape, liquid glue, whatever you're comfortable with, but just on this flap is where we're gonna put that adhesive, okay? And then we're going to take this piece and we're gonna center it and we're gonna line up that top edge with the top edge of the card and the bottom edge with the bottom edge of the card, okay? So we'll just stick it right there. So it looks a little off center, but that's okay. It's kind of fun. Now in your little baggie here, you have this tree, and in your envelope, did I miss it? What did I do with the envelope? Yep, I left mine in my envelope. The little tree is in your envelope, so if you can't find it, that's where it is. So for this little piece here, you could use adhesive sheets, which I ran out of, so I didn't use adhesive sheets. But a little trick I like to use that I show people in class is if you take a silicone mat and a makeup sponge, you could use a sponge dauber if you wanted to, but I just like to use makeup sponges because then I can just throw them away. But we're gonna take the back side of this die and we're gonna take some green glue and we're going to put a little dab of glue on our silicone mat here. And then we're just gonna take this makeup sponge and kind of dab it in that glue and get a nice even layer. And what you want to do, especially because these are so fine, you want to hold it down with one finger and just lightly dab that glue on the back of that die cut. And that'll help you get a nice thin layer of adhesive on the back of it. Okay, and then we'll carefully lift that up. And now I can move that off to the side and I can adhere this down. I'm just using that center of the tree and lining it up over the top of it there. And I can use my fingers and just lightly press it down. And since it's glue, you kind of have a second to wiggle it in place before it dries there. Whoops. And try to use fingers that don't have glue on them too. But just like that. And now that little die is all on there, but now your fingers are probably a little sticky. So that's kind of a fun tip if you don't have like a fine tip glue pen, or maybe you ran out of adhesive sheets, or you struggle with the adhesive sheets. I know sometimes those can be hard to find the backing to peel them off. So that's just another tip of how you can adhere something that's real fine like that, okay? So then we're gonna take some more dimensionals on the back of this. And I'll just stick these down. And don't forget to use your edge pieces on your sheet of your dimensionals. Use that whole sheet up. You can use all that stuff. It's great. Okay. I already took the backing off of that piece, so we're just going to take the backing off here. Oops. Oh my goodness, come on. Nothing wants to come up. And then we'll just take this piece here and we're just going to center this in the middle of our little stamped piece. And that's it. That's card number 2 right there. How fun is that? I love this little fold. It's so neat. And like I said, it just kind of reminds me of the Grinch, that little background and the tree. I think it's kind of cool. So, all right, so there's card number 2. All right, and then card number 3, this might be my favorite, is this one. This is the one we're gonna make for card number 3. It's so pretty. Another white, clean card. So in your card kit here, oops, you have, again, thick basic white. And then I used non-traditional colors here. So I used in colors. This is Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Summer Splash. So those are the 3 that I used. And then you have a little strip that we're gonna use to stamp our greeting. I do too, I love the sparkle paper. So this is the In Color Glimmer paper, and I die cut all of these. So these will be in your kit, and we're gonna put all of those on our tree. So we're gonna do that first, actually. And this piece is from, it's gonna already be embossed, but this is that, I have it right here, the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. I love it because if you want to make it look like it's just starting to snow, where it's all clustered at the top and then it kind of fizzles out, you can do it that way, or you can turn it upside down and make it look like the snow is slowing down, where it's kind of less busy at the top and there's more snow at the bottom. So really there's no right or wrong way to put this. You can use it either way, which I think is really cool. So that's the Snowflake Sky 3D embossing folder. Oh, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Lori. I love this card. Like I said, I think this is my favorite because of the sparkle. So since I already have the glue and my mat and everything ready to go, we're going to put these on first. I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way to put the little die cuts on here. So we're going to grab... So when you do this, you'll notice that your mat will get kind of sticky. So try, when you use it again, try to put your die cut in a place that hasn't been used already so it doesn't stick to that area. But once you're done, the glue will dry. And all I did was I just ran this under the faucet and took my thumbs and kind of rubbed them all over the mat. And your fingers will pull up that dried glue and it'll be brand new. It'll be good as new right after that. So it's really easy to clean up. All right, so let's make sure I have, so this is Petunia Pops, which means I need the Petunia Pop tree out. We'll get those ready to go. So again, just a light layer of glue all over. And you could use like a fine tip glue pen if you wanted to. I just kind of like this technique. I think it's pretty cool. So what I find the easiest for these is to take the top of the tree and line that up, and then everything kind of falls into place. So you line up, oops, you line up the top first, and then you can kind of line up the rest of it. It'll kind of fall where it needs to. And like I said, because it's liquid glue, you can kind of, you have a little bit of time to adjust. Whereas if you had an adhesive sheet, once it's down, it's pretty much down. So the glue kind of gives it an extra second. And you'll notice I got a little bit of glue on the front, but once it dries, you won't be able to see it. So we're just gonna carefully stick that down. So there's one. See, that wasn't too hard, right? That was pretty easy to get that on there. Oh, I love that sparkle. It's so pretty. Hi, Karen. Thanks so much for joining us. We are actually breezing through, and we're on card number 3 right now, but you'll be able to watch the replay when we're done. I'm just showing some tips on, we're using the Decorative Trees bundle, and I'm showing some tips on how to put the little die cuts on our trees here. And I'm just using this silicone mat and a makeup sponge, and we're taking some green glue and just dabbing it all over the back of our die cut here. I might need a little bit more glue. This might be how I'm going through glue so fast. And we're just gonna dab this all over the back. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna start from the top. That seems to be the easiest way to get everything to line up. So I'm going to start from the top here. Oops. And your fingers might be a little sticky from using all that glue, but like I said, this works the best for me. This has been the easiest way for me to get everything to line up, is from starting from the top and working my way down. And then like I said, because this is green glue, you kind of have a second to push things into place here. So we're going to kind of adjust this until we have it exactly where we want it. There we go. I'm just using my nail to kind of push it in place. And dun da da, ta-da, it's pretty good. So there's the pretty and pink one. Oh, you love the decorative trees, Karen. You love the colors, Gail. Good, good, good. I know, I like to do non-traditional colors every once in a while for Christmas cards. I just think it's a fun change. Don't get me wrong, I love the red and the green. The traditional Christmas is very pretty, but sometimes it's just fun to kind of go color outside the lines, if you will, and just kind of have something a little different. Again, more glue. And just keep adding glue as you need it when you do this. And like I said, after this is over, I'm just gonna throw this little makeup sponge away. And when this dries, I will take my silicone mat and just wash it under my sink, and it'll be no problem. All right, and again, this is the Summer Splash. My fingers are super sticky now. We're gonna start from the top here and work our way down. And that's going on pretty good, yay. If you're making more than one of these cards, I would highly recommend washing your hands and getting that glue off in between. But for one card, you can make it through without having to wash your hands. But there we go, there's, oh, look how gorgeous those are, my goodness gracious. Okay, so we'll let those dry. Those are gonna sit off to the side and dry. Now we're going to take our thick basic white and fold it in half. Okay, oops. And then we're going to take our embossed white piece. It's 4 by 5 1/4. what did I do? I made it look like it was starting to snow, which means I have it the busier section at the top. But like I said, if you wanted to make it look like the snow is ending, you can flip it the other way. Excuse me, it really doesn't matter. But I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take some Stampin' Seal Plus and carefully put that on the back here. I will say if you have an embossed piece, I usually recommend using liquid glue because the little roller in Stampin' Seal Plus will grab those embossed edges sometimes. So just be careful when you're using paper that's embossed. I usually do use liquid glue when I have an embossed piece because I don't want the paper to rip. Okay, now this little piece we are going to stamp May Your Days Be Merry in Petunia Pop. I'll stamp that on the center here. I'm gonna try to center it as best I can. And this piece is a little over 1/4 of an inch wide. It's like 1/16 above 1/4 inch. So it came out pretty good. I think it's pretty centered, not too bad. Now this one, I used these little edge pieces for the back of this. They're like the perfect width, or you could use mini Stampin' Dimensionals. But if you don't have mini Stampin' Dimensionals, just use those edge pieces and they will fit perfectly on the back here. The little straight edge pieces, the smaller ones. Alrighty. We are almost done. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Are you guys so excited? Are you going out of town? Are you having family come in town? My parents and my baby sister and my nephew are coming into town next week. And then my daughters and my daughter's boyfriend will be coming down from Gainesville, which is about an hour north of us. And then my in-laws will be coming over. They live like 15 minutes away in the Villages. So I love hosting though. It's like my Super Bowl. I love to cook and I always get really excited about it. And the fact that I don't have to cook for pretty much the next 4 days after that. Yes, and Jake, my parents' dog, is coming too. All right, so this one we're gonna line up to the edge of our embossed piece, and we're just gonna go maybe about 1/4 inch or so from the bottom of that. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is the Summer Splash tree. Whoops, see my fingers are still sticky. And the Pretty in Pink tree are gonna go flat. We're gonna use liquid glue. We're just gonna kind of evenly space those between the edges of the embossed piece. And then the Petunia Pop is going to be popped up with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm just gonna use those trunks of those trees to line them up over the top of that cinnamon strip and make it look like they're kind of standing on there. So we'll go ahead and start with the trees first. And I'm just gonna use some liquid glue. And look, it wasn't even completely lined up, but you can't even tell. It's so close. All right, so we're just going to lay that down with the liquid glue. And I definitely recommend liquid glue for this because you have all the ridges from that embossed piece. You want it to really stick on there really good. So liquid glue for this one and liquid glue for the Summer Splash. I love these ink colors. These are one of my favorites. I was so excited when they announced these last year. They're so pretty. And then we'll put this one down, again, lining that trunk up over that sentiment strip. And I didn't add any bling to this card because I figured with all the glitter paper, that was plenty. That was plenty of sparkle. All right, and then now for the Petunia Pop one, we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back. And then we will be done. We'll be ready for our giveaway tonight. So as I'm finishing this up, don't forget, if you haven't filled out the form at the top of the chat, there's a black bar that has a Google form pinned to it. Fill that out. There's like 3 or 4 questions on there. And then I will pull a winner here in just a second. And then we've got that one. And how pretty is that? Isn't that so much fun? I love this card so much. Love it, love it. All right. There we go. So let's recap here for anybody that might have missed it. Where did my other card go? Oh, here it is. So these are the 3 that we made today. So we started out with our simple retro card. We did a little fun fold, and then we finished with the non-traditional colors with the sparkle, which is really fun. So like I said, if you place an order by Sunday of at least $35, you'll get all this whole kit. And then if you bump it up to $50, you'll get a surprise embellishment in there as well. And the kits will mail out on Monday, okay? Oh, Jeanne, you're going to dinner at your sister's house and then dropping food at dinner event. Oh, for shelter. That's so nice. The glitter paper, Gail, is the 2024 to 2026 in color glimmer paper, I think is what it's called. So it's got a 1 or 2 sheets of 12 by 12 of each of the colors. Yes, definitely go back and watch the replay, Karen. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera around so we can do our drawing. So if hopefully you've gotten your entries in. So I'm going to pull up my little app here. I use an app called Wheel of Names. It's like a random name picker. And I will grab all the names off of the form and put them in there randomly. And I even shuffle it after I put all the names in there. So it's very, very random. Let's see here. And then we will announce a winner. And just as a recap, this is what you're entering for, is a quarter pack of the 6x6 Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. So if I call your name, just please put a comment in the chat so that I know that you're still here, because you do have to be present to win. And I'll wait a little bit and give everybody a chance here. All right. Let's see. I'm pulling up the names now. Oh, there it goes. And then get all of our names here. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna shuffle them and da-da-da. Let's see who the winner is. Drum roll is Lori Hall. Congratulations. If you're still here, Lori, put a comment in the chat and let me know. Lori Hall, you are the winner of the Designer Series paper. Yay! Oh, the responses on the forms. Well, I can read those while we're waiting for Lori. Oh, there you are, Lori. Great. So, Lori, if you could just send me an email at jen@stampcampwithjen.com and let me know your mailing address, I will get this shipped out to you on Monday. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Let's see. So the responses to what everybody's favorite Thanksgiving food is. Let's see. We've got 2 apple pies, 2 turkeys, mashed potato stuffing, pumpkin pie. Seems like stuffing, turkey, and apple pie are kind of the top ones. So that's kind of fun. I just like to put funny little questions in there and see what you guys think. I think my favorite Thanksgiving food is probably sweet potato casserole. I love it. My daughter's boyfriend, it's one of his favorites, and I make it every time he comes over for a holiday. I use him as an excuse, but really it's my favorite too. All right. Well, congratulations again, Lori Hall. Like I said, don't forget by this weekend, by Sunday at the latest, please send me an email at jen@stampcampwithjen.com and send me your mailing address so I can get that out in the mail to you on Monday. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you again so much for joining me. Don't forget, I won't be here live next week. I hope you guys all have a fantastic and safe Thanksgiving holiday, those of you that celebrate. Please be safe. Remember everything that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for all of you, and I'm so glad that you take time out of your busy days to join me and craft, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you again so much for watching. Have a great holiday, and I will see you in a couple weeks, okay? So until next time, be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.